Welcome today to CAPS lessons, and these are proudly sponsored by Department of Basic Education, VT Africa Holdings, Fibertech Distributors, and Vastrotech. And log in, go to hellosmart.com. If you want to participate in our assessment today, please type in your class ID 598751 at your name. And today we are going to look at finding percentages of whole numbers, express them in the simple fraction as percentages. But before we do that, we are going to do a small revision whereby we check here what is the simplest form of this fraction. In the example, we see that factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. Factors of 16 are 1, 2, 4, 8, 12. So the common one is 4 over there. And if you want to write that, you can divide the numerator and the denominator by 4. The simple fraction will be when you have divided 3 over 4, which is a 3/4. So let's quickly do number A. We look for the highest common factor between the two. So we see that is 6. We divide the top with 6 and the bottom with 6 there. When you have written it this way, it becomes like wrong in a sense that it's like we are dividing by 1. So I won't put the line over there. So 6 divided by 6, we get 1. And then over here, we get 3. Number B, 15 over 25. The common number there is 5. If you divide 15 divided by 5 is 3. 25 divided by 5 is 5. So this one cannot be simplified further because now we have 3 and we have a 4 over there. Three over 9, it's simple. We see the common factor there is 3. So this becomes 1 over 3. Number D, 21. So what is the common factor over there? It's 7. So we end up with 1 over 3 over there because 21 divided by 7 is 3. And then this one, 4 over 36. How do you simplify that? 4 into 4 goes once, into 36 goes 9 times. Number F, what is common there? The common number there is 18. If you divide the top and the bottom by 18, you get 1 over 2. So there we are just revising what we did last week, sorry. So fill in the missing words. Fraction can be simplified when the numerator and so this one comes here. Denominator and denominator, this comes here, have a common factor in them. So that one will come here. This one black will come there. I would like you to simplify this one below. 324 divided by 414 in the simplest form. So let's quickly do that and see. You will need a calculator to do this one. So I'll just give you a tip for now, firstly, just divide the top and the bottom by 9, and let's see how much we get. So we are having 324 divided by 9, we get 36, and then divide below. You get 46, but you still see that this can still be simplified further. We are doing this problem over here. So with that, we get divide each by 2, and let's see, 1, 4, if it will go, divide by 4 and see. 36 divided by 4, we get 9. This divided by 4, it doesn't go because there will be no there. So the only simplest way, which is a trial and error, we can divide by 2, divide by 2. So if we divide by 2, we get 118, divide by 2, 2, 3. So this cannot be simplified further because we have 18 and 23. Out of the 100 small squares, how many are colored? So if you count all of those, we see that there are 50, and so 50 in every 100 are colored. So in other words, we say that this is 50 out of 100. We have seen last week that anything out of 100 can be written as a percentage. So that is 50%. So we are still counting the colors here. There are 10. What is written as a fraction? It is 10% because there are 100. So as a fraction is 10 out of 100. If you simplify that, we have seen that 10 divided by 10 is 1. 10 divided by into 100 is 10. So as a simple fraction is also 1 over 10. So in this one, we have 5 out of 100. So it's 5%. What is this as a fraction? You write it as 5 out of 100. In a simpler way, how do we simplify this? It is 1 out of 20. And how did we get that? We divided 5 divided by 5 is 1. 5 into 100 is 20. This one also as a fraction, we see it is 30% because it is 30 for every 100. So we end up with 30 by 100. Simplified fraction is 3 out. Oh, correct me. There's no 100 there. It's a 10. So in this one, what is this as a fraction? We have 83%. We end up with 83 over 100. Cannot be simplified further because there is no common number there for numerator and denominator. Now try this one quickly on your own and see how much we get as a percentage and also as a fraction. So quickly, let's do that. This is our 10 and 18. This becomes 18 over 100. We can simplify that, and it is 18%. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2 over here, 62%. 62 over 100. We can simplify that further. And over here, we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is 25 over 100, or 25%, which can be simplified into 1 over 4. We can divide by 25, divide by 25, you get the answer there. So number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 12, 72. That's a 72 over 100. You can simplify that into a smaller fraction, equivalent fraction, and here as a percentage is 72%. Now we are going to look further into the tenths, hundredths, and the thousandths. We now have this problem which we need to solve. There are 2 ways of doing this problem. I'll show you the first one, and I'll also show you the second one, so that you may choose which one might be easier for you. Here, the first way is to write the equivalent fractions there. Use a different pen. Now, this can become 30 over 100. Remember, we are looking for similar denominator there. This is still 7 out of 100, and this becomes 37 over 100. How do we do second one? In the same way, whereby we have multiplied the top by 10, the bottom by 10, and we get this answer over here. And this becomes 70 over 100. If you add the 2, we get 100 over 100. We don't leave the answer to be 100 over 100 because now we can simplify it. 100 into 100 goes once. So our answer there is 1. This is our number A, number B, number C, number D. And number C, we need to convert 10 to 1,000. How do we do that? We multiply by 100. So we end up with 300 on top, and then 1,000. We are multiplying by 100. And then this is 7 over 1,000. So denominator is the same. When you add the top, we get 307 over 1,000, and that is our answer. We now go to number D. We see that we have that and that. We can now have this as our, we still multiply the top and the bottom by 100 to get the same similar equivalent fraction. So we have 300 over 1,000 plus 70, and then we add in the 2 is 370 over 1,000. So quickly write the answers there. I said I'll show you the second way of doing this. So in other words, I need to erase this so that I can rewrite right there, or maybe I can do the next page and see if I can have that. Okay, let me get a new page. Okay. I want to write this 3/10 plus 7/100. Second method of the first one. So here, I want us to do a table whereby this will be my tens, my hundreds, and then my thousands. So this will be my 0 and my point over there. So here, how many tens do I have? Out of 10, I have 3. So I'm going to write it here. Here, how many hundreds do I have? I have 7. So I'm going to write a point, and I'm going to write this as 0, 7. So when we add, we get 7, 37. There's a point there, there's a 0. And this can be written as 37 out of 100 or 0.37. In our next lesson, we'll be focusing on decimal point. We'll go further into that to show you how do we convert this into a decimal point. Let's do another one and see how much we get. The second one, I have it as 3/10 plus 70/100. And I draw my table, my 0, my tenths, my 100, my thousands over there. So here, the first one, I'm having 3 tenths. And then the second one, I'm having 70. 70 will be written like this because 70/100, to see why am I writing it over there, is different from when I'm having 7. 7, I'll write it over there. So in this problem here, if you simplify this for you to see, divide by 10, divide by 10, similar there. So I'm adding. When I add, this becomes my 0, and that becomes my 1. So you see now it also give me back to go back and check why. Is it different from the one that I got here? No, it's not. It's still the same, and still the same over there. I got a 1. And with this one, the answer when you add the 2, the answer is 1. We have seen how we can do that. Another way is for you, you can simplify this one over here, whereby you write 3/10. This in simplified form becomes 7/10. And if you add the 2, it's 10 out of 10. And the answer is still 1. So you can choose whether you are making a table or you are simplifying your fractions or you are doing the LCM. Even that one will still give you the correct answer. Review a place value to thousands, and let's see how much we get over here. I want to extend this one so that we have this. The first one, this is 100, tens, units, tenths, hundreds, and thousands. So this is my decimal point over here. So let's see. So this is our decimal point. How do we write 3/10? You see that this should be 3 tenths. So this is a 3, we write a 0 there. This is how we write it. And then 70,000 there. It's similar to 0,070. So the next one will be, I have 100 here, my 9. There's a point over there, and I've got 888. So the next one will be 576, my decimal point, 143. And then the next one, this looks like a 6. It's just my handwriting. So correct it to a good number. So here we get, remember the 3? We cannot just say a 3 there. It's not 100, it's not a 10, it's a 3 over here. 1, 4, and 5. So the table is completed. Now, class activity. I've shown you how to do the one we've been doing together. I would like you to quickly do this one before me. I'll just give you a second because you know, there's no, you can write equivalent fractions, you can do the table, you can do whatever you want to do, you choose whatever method is going to be easier for you, and then you write the answer. So quickly write that, but don't use a calculator in this one because even the calculator might even complicate things in this. So quickly do that and let's see how it goes. On the 3 fractions there, we want them to be equivalent to, below must be a, denominator must be 1,000. So it means this one you are going to multiply by 100. This one you are going to multiply by. So let's quickly write that. It's like 300 plus 1,000 plus, remember 10, you are multiplying by 10, but you're getting 1,000. That one you're not multiplying because it's already 1,000. So you see that when you add 1, 2, 3, you get the answer, which is 374 over 1,000. Let me separate my answer there. So the next one, you also do it in the same format. You can simplify this one and this one if you want. So we are going to write this as, sorry, 7 out of 10, or let's leave this as 70, I'll tell you why. Out of 100, we simplify this. Okay, or no, still simplify 7 out of 10. Remember now I've reduced this to be out of 10. I can increase them by multiplying to be out of 1,000, but now I've written them as this one, equivalent to 7 out of 10 and then 4 out of 10. And there's another way I can increase this to 1,000, but this becomes simpler and easier. So this is 10 plus 4 is 14 out of 10. 10 divided by 14 goes once, remainder 4 out of 10. Simplify this further, you get 2 out of 5. So the decimal, I'm ahead of my lesson now doing decimals. We are still in fractions, but now it's interesting that we are getting near to the decimals that we'll be doing. This one, also simplify to 10. And then if you simplify that, you get this number here, which will become, let me raise this one, 6, 10, 2, 10, 7, 10. And when you add together, this is 8, 8 plus 7, I think it's 15, over 10, you get 1, 5 out of 10. Now you must simplify this one. When you simplify it, it becomes a half, 1.5. The answer is 1.5. Now this one, can you simplify it? We cannot. Therefore, either the table that I've shown, or you increase this to 1,000. If you increase, you must multiply by 100 by 10. You leave this one, you don't multiply. 200 over 1,000. 50 over 1,000. 4 out of. We cannot simplify it because we already have a smaller number. Therefore, the only chance is to make them out of 1,000. When you add the total here is 254 out of 1,000. This can be simplified further because there are numbers which goes on top, and then there are factors which goes at the bottom, and then you can simplify by dividing the top and the bottom. We'll end here for today, and tomorrow we'll still continue with fractions, and then we'll be also introducing the decimal points, which are not even so hard. Keep on. I had an activity. I think tomorrow when we start, we'll start with an activity, or maybe if it's gonna load fast now, we can start, and then we'll check how much you got as an answer for tomorrow morning. So the first question is there. You need to check whether it's true or false. So for today's time, you only have time to do only question 1. So this is our question 1 over, and then check whether the statement over there is true or false. And then tomorrow we'll start here, whereby we'll do other questions and see how well you do.